in a truck, or maybe you couldn't tell it was a truck, but you can tell I'm on the road, by looking out the window here. But anyway, it's get the feed morning. I'm on my way back. I don't know if you can see the trailer back there. I'm in the backup truck, and it seems like we've got the problem fixed with the ABS and all of that. Now, as soon as I can, I'll get started on the other side. Just wanted to get on here and flatten my jaws a little bit this morning about some of the craziness going on in the world. As far as my little world, it has been crazy all week. It was the last week before school. A lot of little details had to be cleaned up at work. Just little stuff that, has to be done. And then they threw 3 days worth of meetings in on us. I think the shortest meeting was 3 hours. So, and one of those meetings was a surprise. They didn't get us the information for it. Well, I didn't get all the information I needed for it until the morning of the meeting, so I didn't get done what I needed to. I don't know, for some reason they're having trouble with my email and not everybody getting it. But anyway, small problem. It's going to be a busy day today for me. I've got to get this feed home, which I was late picking up this morning, which I think I was the only one. It's about 9. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. Saturday. I don't know the date. And I'm going to have to get used to only having 2 days a week off again. Bummer. But anyway, we do what we have to do, don't we? And about all I can say right now is wow. I mean, supposedly wildfires in Hawaii. There's fires in Hawaii. Man, there's a lot of controversy and conspiracy about all that. It's crazy. I suggest you go look some of it up. And like most conspiracy theories, time will tell if they're correct or not. I think some people are overreacting a little bit, but there is definitely something odd going on over there. But anyway, there's that. I guess I'll just get into it a little bit, because that's all I know is a little bit. And some of what I'm going to say, and I'll try to point it out, is conspiracy. Apparently the Hawaiian state government has passed some... Sorry, backup truck doesn't ride very smooth. But anyway, the Hawaiian state government's passed some laws that are a little bit shady, dealing with real estate. Seems to be catering to the wealthy. So, and they passed these laws, and then it doesn't seem too much longer later we have this big, huge wildfire. And they're blaming climate change, but not many people are buying into that one. But also, Lanai, I believe is the city in Hawaii. According to most American 15-minute city. And so, of course, there's conspiracy around that. And I don't know, and like most of you all, I don't have the whole story and probably never will. So anything that, most of what I'm going to tell you is either speculation by someone else or by myself. And I haven't looked into it too much, so not much of this is my speculation. Let's get into the craziest conspiracy theory. Okay. Fact, Hawaii has passed these laws that gives the government, and I don't, excuse me, quite understand it all, but short story is it gives the government the right to step in and take over this property because it's a natural disaster. So now this is a dot I've put in here that makes me wonder about this conspiracy theory. We know a few months ago there were these strange lights over Hawaii. And you know, go look it up. And you know, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories about that. Well, this conspiracy theory is that these fires were started by laser beams. So, and I've seen a couple of videos that try to support it. One of them to me looks really fake. It has shows this laser beam coming down and igniting the grass, what looks like some kind of gasoline station, you know, retail gasoline. And then seconds later, the whole thing blows up. I mean, and if you look at it, it looks like some CGI stuff, not even good stuff. But anyway, so I'm pretty sure that video was fake. The second video, it's a little harder to tell, but it just doesn't, something about it doesn't look right to me. So that's the conspiracy, that the government did it. At this point in time, it would not surprise me to find that out. I am not saying that's what happened, because like I said, I think both of those videos were faked. You know. And then they're talking about how the aluminum wheels melted off the cars, but trees aren't burned. You know, being someone that works in an aluminum, has in the past worked in an aluminum factory, I know that aluminum melts around 1200 degrees. Becomes a liquid. It has a relatively low melting point, like I said, 1200 degrees. They're saying they're using that and the fact that some trees aren't burnt. Well, with my limited scientific knowledge, which I'm going to tell you right now is very limited, but I can explain that. I can't quite explain how they caught on fire in the first place, the cars, because I'm looking at these videos they're showing, and it's mostly asphalt and concrete, okay? And I haven't seen a lot of videos remember, my knowledge on all of this is very limited. So I'm not. I just want to talk about it. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I've stated this before, but I have in real life. I enjoy conspiracy theories. I don't believe every conspiracy theory I hear. Some are plausible, some aren't. Some are just crazy. But I don't believe everyone I hear. I don't even believe most of them. I look at them as a starting point for research and to think about. Make us think. We all need to be thinking more. So, having said that, this city looks like it's, and thinking of what pictures I've seen of Hawaii throughout my lifetime, and looking at these pictures, Hawaii is basically a rainforest. Which I'm sure, I don't know what their rainfall has been like recently. Like I said, there's a lot of variables going in here. And back to the video lighting the grass on fire. This is another reason I think it was fake. It's very green grass. If you've ever burned grass, green grass doesn't grow or doesn't burn very well. It's just got too much moisture in it, and you know, it just doesn't burn very well. Even dry grass doesn't burn fast unless it's tall and there's a lot of it. But I'm talking mowed yards, manicured yards, okay? So looking at what few videos I've seen from there, and I may be missing a lot, let me tell you. Don't take my word for it, go look it up. But I'm wondering how these fires got big enough to ignite cars on fire. Now once you get a car on fire, there's a lot in it that will burn once the temperature gets right. You know, the whole thing's made out of plastic. Plastic's basically a petroleum product, so it's going to burn. You know, it has a higher ignition point than grass. So that's where it makes the whole thing seem shady. Now, like I said, and I have a problem with this, I don't have much information. But there's just something not right. How did these cars and houses catch on fire? Now, I'm sure that I can go back or go and look at videos and maybe have a better idea. I don't know where it started, but I still wonder how it got hot enough to be igniting houses and automobiles. I mean, tires will burn on a car, and they will burn hot enough to melt wheels. And then you factor in all the other things that are in a car: gasoline, oil, transmission fluid. I can see how the wheels got melted, so that's not an issue for me. Like I said, it's just odd. You know, you factor in, there's been this new law passed, and I don't know when, that says the government can come in and basically take property involved in a natural disaster. And then we know usually what happens in this area that got burnt. was probably a medium income area. But I'm hearing that next to it was an extremely wealthy area, and that they have ran out of property in that area to build houses for the extremely wealthy. One name that comes up that owns property there is Oprah Winfrey. And apparently, I'm guessing coincidentally, this happened in an area that she lived in, and this is not where I want to turn. Now then, I've done it. I wasn't paying attention here. Maybe I can do this. But anyway, and I got myself in a bit of a pickle. Okay, hold on while I fix this. Okay, I'm back. Had a little problem there because I wasn't paying attention to where I was at. I followed another car and I turned down somebody's driveway. Took me a minute to get this thing turned around. This truck is longer than my Dodge, and the trailer's still the same size. And if you pulled trailers and ever had to back a short trailer, you understand. Short trailers are booger to back. You know, I can do it. I just got to pay attention. So anyway, as I was saying, you know, this has happened before near wealthy neighborhoods that need room to grow. Just, you know, just putting it out there. I don't know that Ms. Winfrey is involved. You know, it's just that she's a name everyone recognizes, and you know. But anyway, that's some of the information that is fueling the conspiracy theories. Take that information and do with it what you want. I do not know. I can't tell you for sure that any of it's fact. It's definitely something to think about, something to wonder about. I'm sure we could find out if the celebrity is associated with those neighborhoods. I may try to do that if I get time. I'm busy today. Probably until pretty late. But anyway. So, don't take that as gospel. If you want to know more about it, get out there and do your research. Okay, and another thing just popped into my head. A court has slapped down the Biden administration this week, telling them they cannot, and that none of the government agencies can, coerce social media sites into just printing the information or putting out, or they can't stop the spread of information, whether they like it or not. And I can't believe that this is an issue in our country. You know, there are some problems with our First Amendment rights going on right now. And it is scary. It really is scary. Anytime a government agency can go to a private business and tell them, you cannot let people say that, you've got a problem. I'm total free speech. And there's going to be speech I don't like. But they still have the right to say it. But you have to let it all out there. Every bit of it. I don't care what you think about it. These hate speech laws are unconstitutional. Who gets to decide what's hate speech? Me? I do not want that responsibility. No one should want that responsibility. But there are people who want it. And I think that anybody that would want that position doesn't want the responsibility. They want control. Remember, this has happened over and over again throughout history. If you can control the information that gets out there, then you can control what people think. If the only thing they hear is, let's go take an unpopular topic, Donald Trump. If the only thing you hear is that Donald Trump's a great man, then you're going to think he's a great man. And that's a fact. All you ever hear about the man is good things. Then that's all you'll ever think. I want to hear the good and the bad. I want to hear, that way I know who they are. The hateful, racist bastards. Pardon my language, but, I want to know who they are. I don't want them sneaking around in the dark. I want them out in the light being who they are. And that goes for everything and everyone. If you don't like what they got to say, one, you don't have to listen. Two, you can put out your own information to counteract. And that's how things get better. Not by telling people, hey, you can't say that. It's by everybody saying what they believe and it being out there. Now, like I said, you have the right to put your word out there, add your 2 cents to it, whatever you want to call it. But you do not have the right to shut them up. Because anytime you start, like I said, one, you get a populace that isn't truly informed. Two, then you get a group of people like these that you don't like, that are wrong. Let's talk about the racist, bigot bastards. Okay? Then they start saying, look, see what they're doing to us? See what they're doing. That proves that we're right. And their numbers grow. You have to let everyone speak. And that's just being able to control the bad ones. Is the way to control them. Let them talk. Let the world see who they are and what they believe. Okay, I guess I beat that dead horse enough. But on this, I'm telling you the truth. As soon as you start to control what's being said, then you're no better than the Nazis. Everybody claims to hate the Nazis. They did exactly what these people are doing today. Oh, well, those people are no good. We can't let them have any say. We're the only ones that are right. No. Why would we want to? I think most people that are watching my channel are like-minded. And I'm sure and I hope that they don't all agree with me 100%. That's bad too. I mean, you cannot grow without hearing different ideas. You can't change anything if you don't hear different ideas. You can go back into history, and there's no perfect time in history. A lot of people think the 50s were perfect. No, they weren't perfect. They had their problems. Every point in history has its problems, and it will always be that way. I talked about the racist bastards. They've been around forever, and they will always be around. But what we have to do, let them be heard. Then everyone can see. And if you let the other side be heard too, then we can find the truth. So, anyway, I'm going to end this. I'm almost home, and altogether it's been pretty long. Give me some feedback on these videos. If you're watching this and it's the first time you watched it, of course, you may not have watched this far, but tell me if you like it. And all of this is opinion, and I stated pretty clearly that when I talk about the conspiracy theory stuff on the Hawaii fires, that's what it is a conspiracy. Now, I'm not sure I'm buying into a lot of it, but anyway, just let me know. Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment anyway. I have some regular commenters, and I love y'all. It's great. And there's a couple of you that even get concerned, when you don't hear from me for a while. I like it. It makes me feel good. We all want that validation. So, like I said, if you've watched this far, I appreciate you. If you haven't watched this far, well, you're not seeing any of this. So, let's look out for each other. Let's help each other when we can. Don't forget to pray.